Hello, welcome to OZTV. Here we talk about everything that you need to know. We talk about family, we talk about relationships, we talk about children, homes. We talk about virtually everything. So I want you to subscribe, like, comment, click on the notification bell for more videos coming up, and watch out for a new show coming up called Spit It All. Thank you. Hello everyone and welcome to OZTV. My name is Ozioma Anajebu, and today we're going to be talking about pedophiles. And with me in the house as usual is our counselor, Joy Uzoho. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, pedophiles. Who is a pedophile?
A pedophile is an adult that takes undue advantage of minors, especially children. The person prefers children as sex partners to adults. That's what pedophile is.
Okay, so how do they work? How do they function?
They first take advantage of gaining the trust of their prey,
Okay.
gaining the trust of the parents, gaining the trust of guardians, or whoever that is ahead of that child or in charge of that child. When they gain their trust and gain the trust of that child, being a child, the child will always trust whoever that is always close or around.
Them, yes.
So when they gain the trust of that child and the people around the child, that's when they strike. Because when no one they get the trust, the child will always want to come to that person at all times. And you can also leave the child with the person, to stay with the person, play with that person. So by so doing, the moment the trust is won, they strike.
So in this part of the world, by virtue of assistance, by virtue of family, by virtue of a lot of things involved in a setting, this part of the world, as Africa, Nigeria, we are always bringing people to our home based on maybe helping them. You understand? Can bring your uncles, children, or your sisters, niece, or even some people that equally come for training, to learn some trade from their masters or mistresses. You always bring them to your home. So how do you identify such people if they are pedophiles? Because now you brought them into your home. How do you get to identify such people?
Let me start by saying that pedophiles can be anybody. A pedophile can be a father.
Okay.
A pedophile can be an uncle, grandfather. A pedophile can be your security man.
Okay.
It could be your driver. A pedophile can be your house help, domestic staff, and quotes.
Okay.
So pedophiles can be anyone around you. And the best way to identify who a pedophile is when there are occurrences. Now, for example, we teach children, don't allow any uncle to spank at your bum. As in beating the child at the bum.
Punishing them like that.
Or not even punishing, or
playing with them. Okay.
And then you hit their bum.
Okay.
Or an adult that tends to be drawn towards children a lot, either playing with their genitals, their body breast, I know that children's breast is flat, so you'll be asking what is attracting them.
Yes.
You understand?
Okay.
So you can't really say who a pedophile is until you begin to see actions
that they've been exhibiting.
Then the way to really say this person is a pedophile is when the action has taken place already. For example, your child could be going, your driver could be taking your child to school and be touching the genitals of the child. And each time your child sees the driver, the child tends to either be running or be pointing at something to tell you that
something is not
wrong, right. You understand me? You, if you're smart enough, or if you're someone that has their eye down as a mother or a father, you begin to ask yourself, why is it that this child always complains about this person? However, there are times when pedophiles start this action those children they do it to tend to get drawn to them again, start getting attached to them.
Okay, so it's
it's also a concern. Why is this child always
too close to
this particular person? You see that child is becoming relaxed with what she's feeling or wanting that uncle to always do. You understand? Another way again to identify is when your child keep doing a particular thing, maybe you see the child always touching genital or touching her breast or playing with her part of body or playing with another child parts of body. Maybe you could draw the child and say, who taught you to do this? Why do you know?
Why do you
like doing this? Why are you doing it? Who taught you? Where did you see it? You know? And the child could say, Uncle so and so used to do this to me. Or I saw Uncle so and so doing this. You know? Then you now tend to know that a pedophile is around. So you have to
be extra watchful
at that time.
So, but you know, as you're explaining, you were more particular about the male. So my question now is, are pedophile just the male and not female, or are they, male or female? The two be pedophile?
Yes, pedophiles can be male and female, but research has shown that pedophiles are more male than female.
Okay.
They are more in male than in female.
So don't you think that since a lot of people are more centered towards the male, that some female pedophile may be getting away with such acts?
Yes. Like I said, you can't really say this person is until the act is carried out.
Exactly.
So the way you will know that a female is a pedophile is when the person tends to be drawn towards a particular thing, keep doing that, and it's now become known. But more, why the female is not too obvious is because the female does not have a penis.
Sure.
So a female pedophile centers on using hand and mouth.
Yes.
But a male pedophile also uses hand and uses his genital, his manhood, which makes it more obvious. You understand me?
Yeah.
So the female pedophiles tend to hide more.
Yes.
But the more male pedophiles comes out because their actions are obvious.
Okay.
It's known, it's not hidden. You will just see the trace of what they have done.
Okay. So pedophiles now, they violate the male and female children. So if a male child is being violated, don't you think that there's a high possibility that people may not know because there's no penetration, they don't really pay attention, like parents don't really pay attention to their anal, their anus, because, if it's a woman, her body is open, but a boy's body is just the anus, So I think, don't you think, sometimes the parents may be paying more attention to the female child while it's actually the male child that is being more violated?
Okay, the male child tend to have more of female pedophiles on them.
Oh.
Because they have the
penis.
So maybe your house help tend to touch the penis of the child and want to use it on herself.
Wow.
Do you understand me? So it's very easy when you see your son begin to behave abnormal. Maybe you see children most of the time. They'll go and do something and be doing a kind of act. Then you begin to watch that child. You could ask that child, why are you doing that? Who taught you how to do this? And by the way, when you want to do this, there's something we call mastering the art of calmness. Pedophiles tend to hide, children that have been defiled tend to shy away, not to talk about it or hide because of fear of the way of your reaction. So we call it mastering the art of calmness. When you want to ask a child of who taught you how to do something, do it in a way that you're trying to become like bringing the child close, be friendly, laugh and laugh, smile about it, but get to the root of what you're asking. You see some male children always touching their penis, always touching their penis all the time. You tend to see it, he's a boy now, that's why he's there. No. Try to find out who always touch his penis that now make him at all times. There are times he now sit and want to always touch it.
So how do you identify children that has been actually defiled?
For male children, the act is there. They will always want to do it. They want to perform that act on other children. You see the signs all over them.
For the male children?
For the children. For the female, it happens in two ways. They try to shy away. They become afraid of that person. Some that have gotten used to that thing you're doing tend to get attached to that person. So you have to find both ways. What is this child trying to play?
Why is she running away?
Why is she too close to this person? Number two, you know, because for a child that is 6 months, 9 years, 10 years, the moment there is a penetration, it is obvious.
Yes.
You tend to see blood. You tend to see the child cannot be able to close the legs anymore.
Because of pain.
Because of pain. The child tends to be always crying that something is hurting. Then, when you now open the child's genital, you find out that the female child, something has actually happened.
Yes.
This is not the normal way it is. Redness. At times, there could be this swollen vagina. So, several things happens down there. Some of them too, that are up to 9 years old, 10 years old, trying to hide and be closing. Some of them will start having fever. And you'll be asking what is actually wrong with you. Some of them cannot be because of maybe fear. The person must have told them, if you say you will die or I'll kill you or do this to you or that or I'll no longer buy this for you. I'll no longer give you this or that. So they tend to, there are several threats on them. So when it happens that way, what you have to find out is, begin to look at that child. That's why it's good for every mother. Every mother's eye has to be down. You know the behavior of your child. So once the behavior of that child changes, you tend to find out what is wrong with this child. Why is this child withdrawn?
Yes.
Why is this child not playful anymore? What is wrong with this child? You understand me? And at times, in as much as they are 9, 10 years old, for female children, at times mothers go to where they are betting, watch them bet. Go to where they are betting and watch them take their bets.
So, sorry to cut you off on that. You know, there are a lot of parents that leave their children in the hands of minders. You understand? Maybe the man is not at home and the woman is not equally at home. So it's just the minder that is taking care of the children. And maybe the man has a male driver, a minder that helps in the affairs of running of the home. And the minder is violating the boy, the driver is violating the girl. But the parents trust these people. How can their parents, can you just educate the parents on what to look out for so that they'll be able to notice those things in the children? Because most times when they come back, they're tired, they stay, tomorrow they go to work. You understand? It's like a cycle. So, and most times when they come back, the children have already slept. So how do they go about finding out, these kinds of things with their children?
Okay, let me now strike a balance now. No matter how busy you are as a mom, I know you get up very early and the children go to school in the morning. No matter how busy you are, try most of the times to be the one to take care of the betting side. I know you say you're tired, you're trying to rush up for
yes.
But instead of maybe waking up by 5 o'clock, you take the pain of waking up by 4 a.m. And take the pain of going to them, wake them up, make sure that you walk them through taking their beds and all that.
So that you can,
know what is actually going on.
Yes.
But outside that, every mother should teach their children self-confidence.
Okay.
There's no small age in teaching children sex education.
Yes.
No.
That's true.
See, what you have to do first is this. Teach your children. No uncle should spank your bum. Even this auntie that stays with us. Even the driver. If this driver touches you, tell me.
Mm-hmm.
If the driver does so, tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Make those children to have confidence in themselves and can trust you as the mom.
To speak out to you, yeah.
When you teach them, don't sit on the lap of any uncle. Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't undress before daddy. Don't undress before uncle. Don't wear your clothes or remove your clothes or bet before this person.
Yes.
Teach them, make them know those basic things from when they are small. From when they are 1 or 2 years old. If an uncle, including daddy, spank a child's bum boy, say, teach that child to say, you being the mom at 1 year, maybe someone spanks the bum. Raise the child's hands up with your own and say, don't do that again. You know, the child is seeing what's happening.
Yes.
So whenever anybody does that, you see that child will do that thing.
Yes.
You understand me? And equally wrong to mommy, to tell mommy.
Yeah.
And begin to point at something. You understand? And mommy will now say, did you spank the bum? You say, don't do it next time.
Yes.
Do you understand? Now you're building the child's confidence. You're trying to teach the child.
Yes. So when they start speaking, they can speak out.
Speak out. That is why the moment